Imagine looking into the distance and all that you could see is the enemy's destruction, and there's nothing you could do about it. I'm guessing that everyone here have experienced something in their life that changed who they are today, whether it's good or bad. Today I'm going to talk about some events that changed who I am today. And so if I had to create a book title that captures my life so far, it would be called See Through. Chapter 1. When I was 9 years old, back in my hometown in the Philippines, we had a huge storm brewing. Now, living in the tropics, one experiences a lot of storms in his life, but this one was different. The water was about 7 feet deep and caused me and my family to evacuate to the second floor of our home. This never had happened to me before at that point in time. The storm left many dead, and me, my family, and some of our neighbors were the lucky ones to survive. As our neighbors asked if they could take shelter in our home, I saw their faces, which was filled with fear and sadness. I took it upon myself to help them out with just simple little things like giving them some water or an extra blanket. The smiles and thank yous I received was enough for me to feel relieved too and to get my mind off the whole thing that was going on. I feel like it made me more caring towards others, and now I'm making my goal to at least do one good deed every day by either holding the door for someone, helping someone carry their stuff back to their car. So the next chapter happens years later, age 19. I was working at a restaurant in Old Ellicott City. It was a normal and hot day and it was hot. But then later, towards that evening, it started to rain heavily. At first, I thought it was nothing. It would just go by with normal rain. But then 5 minutes later, when I looked outside again, I just saw the water continuously rising. So I went out there in the storm to move my bosses and my car to a safer location. When I tried to get back to the restaurant, the water was up to my waist, and I tried to fight against the flowing water, dodging debris, logs, and cars that was coming my way, but I couldn't fight against it. A log hit my leg and I submerged underwater. I had to get on top of other cars and was almost crushed between them. A group of guys from the neighboring restaurant called out to me. I joined them to help warn people that was coming to the area to turn around. Some listened and some didn't, and they just found themselves stranded with others. After a while, a woman came screaming at us for help, saying her neighbor was stuck in his home. We had to break the windows of his home to pull him to safety. Now, it took a lot of courage to be able to do all these things, and I use that to help others in need. Lastly, after the whole thing, there are still a lot to do. I actually just recently got my first car that summer. It was a 2013 Subaru BRZ. Such a nice car. Only 13,000 miles when I got it. It was my baby. Well, after the flood the next day, I found out that it got totaled, flooded, gone, push, poof. So I had to work with the insurance company to finish paperwork for it. And at that time, my mom was back in the Philippines for vacation, and my dad was away for a business trip. I was left on my own with all these responsibilities. So what I did, I researched about it, what to do, Google, asked for help from the insurance company on what to do, and in the end, I was able to finish everything by myself. Took a lot of weight off my back, and it made me feel more independent than I was before. So, in summary, these experiences that I gained from those events that happened in my life made me who I am today, either being caring towards others, learning to be courageous, and being more independent are just some of the things that I picked up along the way, and I wouldn't trade those for anything else.